My opinion. Right, right.
All right. I have 6 o'clock, so I'm going to call the Tuesday, December 2nd, Long Lake Township Planning Commission meeting to order. I invite everybody to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance first. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can we get a roll call, please?
Murphy?
Here.
Lyon?
Here.
Wagner? Here. Verche?
Here.
And Bott, Bagheera, and Paulson are all absent and excused.
Next is approval of the agenda. Does anybody have any additions or changes to the agenda? Otherwise, I'll look for a motion to approve it.
So moved.
We do have a
Oh.
correspondence that you will want to add to your agenda. That would be from the Planning Commission of Garfield Township, and I believe they sent it to us in the end of November. I don't remember the exact date, but.
So can we add that to our correspondence item? That would be Garfield Township Master Plan Amendment, request for comment.
And it's dated November 26th.
So I move that we approve the agenda with added Garfield correspondence, November 26, 2025, to item 13 correspondence.
Are you going to add it as 8A7, or is it going to be 9?
He added it to
8A or B?
correspondence. 13.
It'll be 13A.
Okay, all right, thank you. Support.
So we have a motion to approve the agenda as amended by Dennis and support by Sherry. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Agenda is approved with the modification. Conflict of interest statement. Does anybody have a conflict with business tonight? Seeing none. Brief public comment. We do have a public hearing tonight as well, so thank you.
I didn't know how many of these to make, so I think I guessed right.
All right.
Thank you.
Jerry Castillo, 116867 fishing site, Traverse City. And what I just dropped off here is something to take under consideration, and that is, I've got some photos attached in there. Across from each other are two homes that just traded owners, and the new ones, I believe, are renters. So on one side we have renters, on the other side we have renters, and it's not just, it's less than 30 days, so it's short-term rentals. And they feel that it's better to leave the trash cans right on the street. That way their people just have to take the bags of trash and put them in the containers instead of wheeling the containers out, is my thought. One side they decided to build a makeshift holder for them out of pallets, I think. And on the other side, they're just right there blocking the mailbox, as you can see by the photos. The last photo was the one that I took this morning, and yesterday. And on the way here, I didn't stop and take a picture, but both of those that are standing in front of the mailbox are now laying right in the road. So I think some consideration should be given to what can we do to control trash containers. I also included, I lived in Rochester Hills before I moved up here. I included a copy of their ordinance for consideration. Because I think that this, if one person does it, well, I don't need to bring mine back. And next thing you know, you've got a street full of trash cans. And especially in the winter, I think these snowplow guys challenge themselves to see how close they can come to these things without hitting them. Or they go ahead and hit them. So my thought is if we could at least figure out something to address this, it might make the neighborhood look a little nicer and a little neighborhood pride. That's it.
Thanks, Gary. Anybody else for public comment at this opportunity? All right, seeing none, we'll close that and move on to approval of the minutes. We have minutes from October 28th meeting. Does anybody have any edits or changes they need? If there are none, I'll entertain a motion to approve them.
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion by Sherry and support by Dan to approve the minutes of October 28th as presented. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Those minutes are approved. We have no postponed business, so we're up to our next item, which is a public hearing. This is for a ZOA 12-25-04. It's a proposal to amend zoning ordinance number 109, section 4.6, section 4.16, section 4.17, section 14.2, section 18.2, section 19.17, section 19.28, section 22.1.3, and section 22.2 to address housekeeping issues, to correct grammatical errors, as well as providing clarifying language for setbacks of two-family and multifamily dwelling units. Cody, would you like to present this to us?
Yes, of course. So as we've talked about a few times this fall, staff throughout the year has been compiling a list of any grammatical or spelling errors throughout the zoning ordinance, and Michigan state law does not allow staff to fix that. It has to go through any zoning ordinance amendment process, just like anything else would. So we're going to try to get in the habit of every year, the last meeting of the year, to bring forward to you all the errors that we find in the zoning ordinance, to try to do like a housekeeping facelift to the ordinance. So I'm just going to walk you guys through those changes real quick. And if there's any questions or issues, please stop me, but otherwise I'm just going to kind of breeze through them here. So section 4.6 is in the accessory buildings and uses. The item that needs to be added is the last time that was updated, it was not put in the notes section what date that it was amended and the effective date. So that's highlighted there in yellow. Section 4.16, Microsoft Word wouldn't let me highlight the numbers, but what was happening is the numbering of the subsections, so like 4.161 and 2 were all out of numerical order. So staff reordered that here in the draft version, so you'll see it's in the correct order, and that's the same with 4.17. So that's why it's color-coded blue, is because it's a numbering issue. Moving on to section 14.2. In each of our district uses, we have a table that's kind of a cheat sheet table that gives us kind of a one-page look at the regulations. And under this district, high-density residential, there was a typo on the setbacks for building setbacks, and so that is correcting those there. You'll see front, side, and rear, and water side is taken out because it's not a water side district. So that's correcting those to the correct distances that are already outlined in a subsection. Under Article 18, Point two, when it lists out the different type of development options, there is a hamlet development option that's not listed there, so it's added in yellow. That is currently available. In section 19.17 for dwelling multifamily, under item number 3A, it originally read, units shall have a 15-foot front yard setback. Staff discussed this last meeting with you about adding the word minimum so that it was clearly communicated that the setback could be pushed back by the property owner if so desired. Section 19.28, occupation was simply spelt wrong with a space, so that is why that is included. Section 22.2, the condominium subdivision layout design, the numbering was wrong again, and so we went ahead and cleaned that up in this draft ordinance. And is that the last one? I believe. 22.2, yeah. So we should be, oh, and then I skipped one, I apologize. In 22.1.2.3, which is as clear as mud, it's just north on that page, there's a yellow where it says Long Lake Township Private Road Ordinance number 49. We just add the word as amended so that any future amendments to that ordinance, it would be effective underneath. It's just missing verbiage there. Is there any question on any of those typos or renumbering? It does not change anything substantial or how we enforce or operate the ordinance. It is simply clarification and numbering and typo. But I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
I just have a quick question on 14.2 with those setbacks.
Yes, sir.
That's just the cheat sheet table, but the.
Correct. The underlying verbiage was correct. The cheat sheet table was
Okay.
copied from the Lake Residential is my guess, because that's the district distances for that, and then it never got updated, and we caught it. And instead of having two different descriptors, we want to update that to be correct.
Was
Yeah,
there
we're
ever-
not changing a setback.
Was there ever any issues?
We did not have any residents fight that issue with us or take it to the ZBA. It was clearly stated in 14.3 where it talks about district regulations, what the setbacks are.
Okay. That's the only thing I had a question on.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we'll move on to the item 2 under this hearing agenda is comments by the applicant, which we can skip that, yeah. So questions, discussion by the commissioners. Does anybody have anything to? No? So we will go to the public hearing and open the public hearing at 6:12 for anybody that would like to comment on these housekeeping items. Nobody? We will close the public hearing at 6:12 also. All right, commissioners, deliberation. Is there anything to?
Pretty straightforward. I have nothing to deliberate.
I don't have any questions or anything to hash out. It's just typos and everything, so. Unless anybody else does, I guess we need to have a motion to move this along. Looks like Cody's presented a resolution to us to consider.
Yeah, so the resolution, if passed, would be to recommend those changes to the township board, who have the ultimate authority on making those changes. So your choices are either to recommend it, not recommend those changes, or postpone a decision until later.
I will make a motion to recommend, there's two numbers on here, Cody, so I'm not sure resolution number.
Resolution number is 122522.
What is the 1225-0?
That's the zoning ordinance amendment number.
Okay, thank you. Resolution number 12-25-22 for approval to the township board.
So we have a motion by Dan. Is there support?
I support.
We have a second of support by Dennis. Is there any further discussion? Then all in favor of the motion?
We'll need a roll call
Roll
vote.
call.
Yeah, sorry.
Heidi, can we have a roll call?
Yes, Wagner,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Burchett.
Yes. So the motion is approved to recommend this ordinance amendment to the Township Board. All right. So we have no pending business, no new business. Back to public comment. Anybody can offer public comment this period? Anybody? All right. We will close that public comment period and move on to reports. Dan, Township Board.
So at our last board meeting, I guess really the only item that we really had any substantive discussion on was adopting the farmer's market pilot as a permanent, well, for now, fixture. So I don't know if Matt kind of headed that up, so I don't know if anybody was unaware of that. I'm sure Matt would be glad to expound on that, but that was very non-controversial, and, everybody was very much in favor of it. Appreciates all the effort on staff's part to move that along. Seems like it's gaining some momentum, and hope to see it continue moving in the right direction, so. Other than that, continuing on with the budget. The board has not taken up the discussion of the ADUs. I believe it's the supervisor's intention to take that up once he gets through budget, so. Now that we're a charter township, we follow the fiscal year, the fiscal year schedule we had been following, so kind of in the thick of it, so hasn't been discussed at all.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Max is not here from the ZBA, but did you guys have no meeting? Okay. Cody? You have an update?
Yeah, I have a few things. Actually, I have two listed on the agenda, but I'm actually going to add a third. The first one is I'd just like to recognize to this commission that Matt Jerome, our zoning administrator over here, was awarded their certificate of appreciation from the Michigan Township Association Grand Traverse County chapter. The township board recognized Matt for his unwavering, he loves it when I tease him. Matt, in all seriousness, Matt does a very good job day to day with our residents. He does a very good job communicating to our various boards, and his effort definitely needs to be highlighted. And the board was nice enough this year to recommend him to the Grand Traverse County chapter of MTA to receive an award. So Matt received that this past November at our awards banquet. So if you would just join me in congratulating Matt on receiving that.
Nice job.
Last time, I promise. And then the other award that the township actually won at that same banquet was our township board was recognized for what is called the Placemaking Award for all the work that they've done at Twin Lakes Park. Over the past few years, the township board has done quite the effort to revitalize that park. They're still working on some major updates to it, but they really have done quite a bit of work. If you haven't made it down there recently, check it out. They're slowly knocking things off the to-do list. So they've done things from improving the building to replacing floors to removing invasive species. It is really quite substantial. So wanted to bring that to everybody's attention as well. The last thing I wanted to mention to you guys is for the 2025 or 2026 looking forward, your annual report's going to come here in January from staff looking back at 2025. But just to give you kind of a brief year in review, we've had 17 total meetings, 13 full commission meetings, 4 ad hoc committee meetings, 7 public hearings, 4 zoning ordinance amendment considerations, 3 conditional land use applications, and 3 site plan reviews over the course of 2025. So I would like to express my appreciation to the members of the Planning Commission for your dedicated service over the past year. We have seen significant growth throughout 2025, and I'm eager to continue building on that positive momentum moving forward. Your commitment, thoughtful decision-making, responsible development, and consideration of the long-term well-being of our residents has made a meaningful impact on our community's future. As we look ahead to 2026, I am confident in what we can accomplish together as a community. So on behalf of myself and township staff, thank you for your commitment and service. Your position is one that goes widely unrecognizable, most of the time, and I just want you to let you know staff sees it, and we really appreciate the work you've put in. That's all I have for my report.
Thanks, Cody.
Thank you.
I just add to that I was at the banquet for the Michigan Township Association, and there was a lot of kudos to Matt that was talked about, and it was good to hear, and good to hear about the work at Twin Lakes Park too. So, moving on, correspondence. We have the item from Garfield.
Yeah, I can briefly introduce that. So state law requires that anytime you work on your master plan, as most of you know, that you notify their surrounding townships or jurisdictions. Garfield let us know of their intent to plan more than 63 days ago. Now this is just their draft changes. I didn't receive this until today as I was out of the office, but briefly looking over, it's not, there isn't a whole substantial change that's going to affect us too much. If you take a look at it and you do see something that you want communicated to Garfield, please reach out to me or bring it for our January meeting, and I'll make sure that John and the Planning Commission and Garfield get a look at our views and thoughts on that. But that is presented for you for your review, and please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions on it.
Thanks, Cody. So I'm just looking at this real quick. We have 42 days from when we get that, so we might not really have opportunity to discuss it in January if we had any issues, so we should just...
Yeah, if you have an issue with it, give me a call, and we'll see what we can do informally, because we won't have another meeting necessarily. But I would, like I said, I don't know that there's much substantially that's going to affect or be in conflict with our master plan that we already weren't aware of. There's nothing new substantially that I've seen. But like I said, please reach out if you see something, and we'll make sure to bring it to their attention.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner comments? Sherry, anything?
Just the gentleman in the front here, relevant to your letter. Have you brought your letter to the township to discuss it or put a complaint in or anything?
I sent almost that identical same letter to the township.
Okay. Are those containers, could they possibly be in the road right-of-way where it would go to the road commission?
Yes, the two that are falling down now are in the road.
Okay. Road right-of-way.
I think so.
Yeah, you may want to consider contacting the road commission on that as well.
Okay,
Because if it's road right-of-way, it would be their jurisdiction.
okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, they might have an issue with a semi-permanent structure being
Right.
placed there,
Mhm.
so they might be able to take care of your problem for you.
Okay.
Dennis, anything?
Well, since Cody brought it up and was giving us accolades and that, I'd like to mention that I believe, and I think everybody will agree with me, that as organized as he is in bringing information to us, makes our job that much easier. So thank you for the work that you do.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'll agree with that. And I had my comments already, so. Dan, anything?
I don't have anything else. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, we are at the point of adjournment, a couple minutes before the last meeting,
Yeah.
looks like, so.
You worked hard at that one.
If somebody wants to make a motion to adjourn, we can get out of here.
So move.
Support.
We have a motion by Sherry and support by Dennis to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Didn't think so. We are adjourned.